Hey everybody, it's Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast. I want to talk about this Frank Miller thing, but I think I have a different angle, and partially due to a friend who helped me prepare this video. You know who you are. Thank you very much. I did put my own spin on this for sure, but I think, though a lot of people are talking about this, I think there are some other elements to this that are worth discussing. So that's why I'm going to talk about it. So this is this festival I've never heard of, and you've probably never heard of it before this, the Thought Bubble Festival, and Frank Miller was invited, and now he's been disinvited. And why is this? Because of a term called concept creep. Now, anybody that uses concept creep as a tactic is not a good person. They're somebody that you should watch out for. And in this case, this is absolutely intentional concept creep in order to, one, hurt somebody that you think there's no downside in hurting, and two, it's to inflate your own public image. This is terrible internet nonsense. This wouldn't exist without social media. It exists now, and it is terrible. We're going to get into it, and I hope you find this interesting. All right, first, Downcast 3 submerged on Indiegogo. We already passed 43,000. Thanks to everybody that has backed and supported this campaign. From the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate your support so that I can make comics. Without you, I would not be doing this. So where we're at, I just need Indiegogo to send me the funds. That's where I'm at. So please, Indiegogo, send me the funds so we can move on. Fatal's also on Indiegogo. We're at 97,000 and climbing. Thank you for your support here. Charlie is drawing this. That's where he's at. So if you ever, see Charlie around, share your love and your appreciation for his artwork. That always helps. All right. Here we go. Thought bubble statement. Should I read through this? I will skim through it. Over the last 14 years, Thought Bubble has grown into an amazing community of comic creators and fans who we love, trust, and respect. Do you though? That's just a statement. You don't really if you're going to kick people out like this. We'll get into it. We have let you down, and in our commitment to maintaining Thought Bubble as a safe space for all, we have fallen short. A safe space for all except for Frank Miller, apparently, because he has aged out of relevance. At least they think he has. He is a soft target. He is expendable, and so they're willing to dump Frank Miller for internet points. We'll continue here. We exist to share the art form and its worlds with people. If an individual group, like groups or community, feels uncomfortable or excluded from our show, then we have failed. I've got to stop you there. Here's the thing. It is very difficult to say this is what your community thinks, because anybody can say that they speak for the community, right? If one person comes up to you and complains that Frank Miller has harmed them with his oldness. By the way, this is Frank Miller. This is the most recent image of Frank Miller I can find. They've been posting pictures of him as, in his 40s. This is Frank Miller. This is a frail old man. He is not a danger to anybody. This is, insane. And this is exactly the reason why they feel comfortable doing this, is because they're not afraid of Frank Miller. That's the great irony. They're not afraid of Frank Miller. That is why they say he's so dangerous, because they expect there to be no blowback, which is not working out. So they've been trying to, we're sorry for our silence while we've been trying to fix this. So they've been silent until just recently while they decided to kick out. So what exactly happened here? Frank Miller will not be attending. They bowed down to a rando creator that's also going to this, who said that Frank Miller would cause, I don't even know what her name, I think it's a her, I don't know who it is, would cause her harm. Okay? Harm. Now, if somebody's going to harm you by being at a convention, you should call the police. That's the way that it works. The fact that Frank Miller wrote a book, 15 years ago, that you didn't like, it's so insane. Could you imagine in 10 to 15 years from now, if people realize, it's really not cool to be making fun of Republicans in books or make them the bad guys? Let's imagine if that happened. How many people would then become bigots and no longer be able to do anything? It's a product of its time. You know, I didn't even read the book in question. So, but clearly it doesn't matter. It was a fictional story and it is not going to cause you harm. This man cannot cause you harm for being there. What an absurdity. So if you get into the comment section here, it gets insane. Most of the comments that I saw were basically telling Thought Bubble where to stick it, but Thought Bubble has went out of their way and made sure that people cannot reply unless Thought Bubble says they can reply. What is happening here? That's how Twitter works now. So here's a response. I hope you're paying reparations to those that put themselves in the firing line and now have to deal with an onslaught of abuse. It doesn't end with just an apology. An apology is never enough. This is about control. So the moment you say you equate inviting someone to a comics panel with harm, you know, a totally normal business interaction in the world of comics, the moment that you say that that is harm, now you can treat it like it's harm. That is concept creep. This is dishonesty. Okay? Anybody that uses concept creep to try and intimidate somebody is that is not someone you want to be around. Frank Miller, you have dodged a bullet. You don't want to be at the Thought Bubble Festival. My goodness. Apparently no one else does too, unless you want to pay reparations. This is insane. Insane. Let's see. We'll continue here. You cost these people time and energy they could have used being productive and taking care of their well-being, as opposed to putting themselves out there and dealing with the consequences of your actions. You need to make up for that. Holy crap. Maybe you need to pay Frank Miller for wasting his time, for putting a hold on his calendar and then canceling it last minute. Maybe that would be where you owe some money. Here we go. Hi, Iris. I have reached out to Zanieb, whoever. This is the artist in question, the creator in question that has had harm done to them. Privately, to offer my fullest support. We will ensure that this is taken seriously beyond social media, and that offer of support extends to everyone. We are extremely sorry for all hurt caused. What hurt? There's no hurt caused, except for Frank Miller said you are the ones that wanted him to be there. I guarantee you he wasn't knocking at the door. You wanted him to be there. There's a response here. I hope you're also offering to pay Zanab for lost time and energy put into this whole ordeal. There's no lost time or energy. What? This is how it works. Like a public court of opinion. This has essentially become paying for damages, and the damages are decided by weirdos on Twitter. Getting a mob of people, however small that mob actually is, that's not how you should run your business, based off of people screeching at you on the internet. This is so stupid. Here we go. Here's another one. Can't help but feel this is only being done now because you've been called out on social media. If it was important to you, would have done it when it was brought to you 8 weeks ago. What? 8 weeks ago? Hi, Naomi. We've been working on this for 8 weeks, but we absolutely appreciate this. This is coming too late. Our hands have been tied and barriers put up that stopped us making the decision we wanted to, and we are extremely sorry this happened. There are no responses, by the way, to all of the very upset people that are responding here, because they're not allowed to reply. The silliest thing here. No responses here. This doesn't matter. They've ignored the actual feedback on their statement. And instead, they have moved to just talking to the people that they wanted to appease. So it's just weird. This is how the internet works now. You can just pretend. You can make whatever reality you want to be reality. And in the meantime, you're going to be bending over to people like this constantly, trying to control what you do. Now, let me remind you here. Amazon bestsellers lists. On Amazon, bestsellers, period. Bestsellers. Among this list, Batman Year One, written by Frank Miller. right? Still, how long ago was this published? In the 80s? It's up here. It's beating out I'm Not Starfire, which is a brand new book. Not only that, but it has way better reviews. Yikes. Batman Year One, Frank Miller wrote that a very long time ago. I don't know because it was published 80 something. He published this. Look at this, The Dark Knight Returns. It's still on the bestseller list. Now, current year, it is on the bestseller list. And Frank Miller, for some reason, isn't relevant. Not only that, he's dangerous. I, I'm, I'm just shocked that this is still going on after so much criticism. But the reason it's going on is because it works to some extent. This is how you control people. If you can make them believe that everybody in the world believes this one thing, you're the one that's wrong, then they can control you. That's how it works. And so in this case, Thought Bubble is using, while they're being controlled by these weirdo people on Twitter, they're going to not only appease them, they're going to say that they started on it 8 weeks ago. And they're at the front and foremost of this. They're totally throwing Frank Miller under the bus here. And I would not be surprised at all if they're this woke, if they're this willing to throw a so-called I don't know, celebrity comic creator, like whatever they thought he was, someone they looked up to and admired. If they're willing to throw him under the bus that easily, I wonder if the reason they invited Frank Miller in the first place was because they knew they were going to get this reaction. You could have ignored it easily. There are enough other comments on the other side of this that you clearly don't want to hear because they're not allowed to reply to you. Like, what is even happening right now? Anyway, I want to know your comments in the comment section below for sure. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like videos like this. I'm going to talk about some comic creation stuff, but there's been a lot of things on my mind as far as comics go. So appreciate you sticking with me on this stuff. And for those of you that are just supporting me and helping me make comics, really appreciate you. I want to do my best to make you happy with the comics that I make. So thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next video.